This may not look like much, but users say this is one of the best gyms in the city, and the membership price is absolutely free. But the Parks Department says this community gym has violated their rules for years, and it was time to clean it out.
This don't belong to the Parks Department. This don't belong to you. This belongs to the public. This is a public.
A tense standoff over a community gym in Harlem's Marcus Garvey Park.
How many Southern men you think over the years have lost their lives in Marcus Garvey Park? Just give me a conservative estimate. Let's just say since 1980, man. Since 1990. How many Southern men have lost their lives in Marcus Garvey Park?
This don't belong to the Parks Department. This don't belong to you. This belongs to the public. This is a public.
A tense standoff over a community gym in Harlem's Marcus Garvey Park, all after the city said a canopy and workout equipment had to go.
Y'all ain't give us no time to take nothing.
Jamel Ali started this community gym in the park years ago.
I accept everybody with open hands out here to, better yourself.
We come here to release a lot of negative energy through workouts.
Volunteers donated so much workout and boxing equipment, Ali began storing it all under a canopy in the park.
I had a canopy top here covering this, and I had a shelf, my boxing equipment.
Now, not for nothing, man. I think it was great what this brother was doing, man. Salute to this brother for, what he was doing in his community. Because working out calisthenics, man, you can get ripped doing calisthenics. And I've seen plenty of videos of dudes in the park getting ripped doing the chin-ups and the push-ups. And you can get really, really fit doing that stuff. And if it's... And, anything to keep brothers off the street, man. Even though it doesn't change anything, it's seen as something good. And this right here, I don't want anybody to think that, I'm against what this brother's doing. I hope that, he can land on his feet. They can find another place to do this. Do what they did here.
It's out here to, better yourself.
We come here to release a lot of negative energy through workouts.
Volunteers donated so much workout and boxing equipment, Ali began storing it all under a canopy in the park.
I had a canopy top here covering this, and I had a shelf, my boxing equipment.
On April 5th, the Parks Department notified Ali the city is in the process of removing encampments from public spaces. They said the canopy and gym equipment needed to be out of the public park in 1 week.
It's been bad weather, and I didn't think that was enough time.
25th Precinct Community Council President Keoka Jackson tried to help.
I started calling the elected officials that I knew, people in the neighborhood that I know had a voice. It just was the timing that it didn't work in the 7 days that I was able to get an answer.
I tell you, the sisters run all these communities. But listen, these brothers got caught up in what they're trying to do with the homeless up there in New York. The homeless are doing... they're just doing a lot up there, man. A lot. Especially, beating up people, knocking out people, stabbing people, slashing people on the trains and on the streets. And then, loitering and catcalling women and da-da-da. And they're trying to do this all, and a lot of these cities are trying to do this. Get these people off the streets and get them into some facility, some house, because all these cities are getting a lot of money for the homeless. And, it's a big, cash grab for these cities. It's a big pot of gold for these cities. So they're trying to get these people off the street and into facilities, maybe hotels or repurpose hotels and, different facilities to house these individuals. But they're trying to get rid of the encampment. And it's just sad that these brothers got caught up in the dragnet,
Tuesday, the Parks Department showed up along with police officers and the sanitation department.
They start cutting things down, throwing it into a dump truck.
Yo, but you're not giving him no time to take it, though.
Gym users were able to save some of the equipment. The Parks Department tells Pix 11 News Our priority here is to ensure a clean and safe park for all of its users. While we appreciate Mr. Ali's sentiment to encourage exercise, his ad hoc setup in the Marcus Garvey Park adult fitness area has historically been in conflict with park rules.
It feels like whatever we've been working for was taken away from us.
We're told the removal of the gym equipment and the canopy was not part of the city's process of dismantling homeless encampments. The Parks Department says they remain hopeful that they'll be able to develop a positive relationship with Mr. Ali. Reporting from Harlem, Ayana Harry, 611 News.
Street festivals and street fairs are a sure sign of spring and summer in the city. They are doing it in style uptown.
We seen a whole bunch of performers earlier. It was amazing.
Everybody all together having a good time. There's a lot of food. The jerk chicken is amazing.
Yes. The Uptown Night Market is open for 2022. Under the arches at West 133rd Street and 12th Avenue. Leave the traffic and the traffic noise behind. More than 50 vendors. The market hosts local businesses. A chance to discover what's homemade in the hometown.
Started about 2 years ago, and we've been doing markets through COVID. I have 2 kids, so I started, and this actually launched me to the Mark Hotel.
It was good weather today, so it's nice just to be out. It was a crazy week in New York, so definitely glad to be here with my girl, you know.
And the trick is to get here early and to stand on the line. Find the line you want to be on and commit to it.
Look at these nice young sisters, man, out and about, having a good time. They don't seem like rats or hood rats or boogers. Just 2 sisters, you know, New York City, living their lives, may have, you know, corporate jobs, or may even have, you know, maybe like paralegals or dental hygienists or, you know, RNs, just something, you know, making some nice money living in the city. City girls. Now, here's the problem, though. They're a package deal. They bring Tyrone and Blake Tavius around. Okay? And then one of these unlucky patrons gets hit with a stray, or there's too much violence down here and they got to shut this thing down. So while these sisters do seem like nice people and they seem like really cool, chill girls, they inadvertently ruin these things because, let's be honest, 80% of the people down here are gliders or Hombritos or Crouching Tigers or Sand Sunmen or Patels. The sun population at these events like this, these things like this, relatively small. Now you may have areas like around the jerk chicken stand where you probably see a lot more, but overall throughout this whole, you know, market, they're going to be the minority by far. Some people.
It was good weather today, so it's nice just to be out. It was a crazy week in New York, so definitely glad to be here with my girl, you know.
And the trick is to get here early and to stand on the line. Find the line you want to be on and commit to it.
The food's always a draw, something for every taste.
Some healthier options for the vegans out there, the vegetarians, or anyone else who likes all natural, and, you know, there's still good stuff.
All kinds of food. As promised, meet the fried lasagna mama and the hot dish itself. Her second year as a vendor at Uptown Night Market.
Like just community, you know what I mean? Just being around other vendors and entrepreneurs that have the same passion. It's a beautiful thing.
To get out, meet new people, show my face, and be beautiful.
They're just getting started. This is the second year for the event.
Now listen, man. This sounds like something great, man. And I'm really hoping that these people can, you know, go here, have a good time, and it's not, you know, some people don't ruin it. 'Cause the only people that's going to ruin this is some people. I'm rooting for this thing, man. I really am. I do a lot of stories on New York, man. I'm rooting for this thing, man. I'm hoping this thing. I'm hoping there's no, like, degeneracy. Not even without shooting, some people can ruin things. We ruin things even without shootings. Just the degeneracy. You know, oh man, it be this, man. The hoes be down there, down the market, man. Let's go down there and just stand around, hang around. And then you got little pockets of Southern men hanging around all over the place, spitting loogies and grabbing their crotch and catcalling women and arguing with the women and cussing the women out. And that type of stuff erodes at the place. So I'm hoping that, you know, I'm rooting for this place, man. And then you got all these, some people making good money down there, man. Making good money down there, man. I want to try that fried lasagna, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know when next time I'm going to New York, but when I do, man, I'm gonna make sure that I definitely try that fried lasagna, man. That's, whew. Now look, it sounds delicious, man.
They're just getting started. This is the second year for the event. It began last year in the summer on the day of a monsoon. They're really bringing it back bigger and better. It runs from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. the second Thursday of every month, now through November. Uptown, Greg Mocker, Pix 11.
Anything you want to say? 19-year-old Vernon Douglas in cuffs this Thursday and facing multiple charges, including hate crime assault.
On the forehead, right there.
The arrest comes after police say he attacked 70-year-old Nirmal Singh April 3rd near the Sikh Cultural Society in Richmond Hill. Singh told Pix 11 the very next day he believed the unprovoked attack was because he was wearing a turban.
Listen, man, these people were heavily persecuted in India. I mean, they're kind of like the juice crew of the Patels, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and to come here, man. Now, they're not the most persecuted people in India, but they're persecuted religiously. But come here and then deal with this stuff, man. And then from a 19-year-old, like, this is what I'm talking about when I make the comments I make about these festivals they have in New York. This brother is not uncommon. Most people think a 19-year-old guy, whole life ahead of him, he'd be doing something more productive than hanging out by the Sikh temple playing a knockout game. You know, he'd be, you know, at the community college or playing ball, working out at that gym with those guys. You know, if he got some energy he need to release, he'd be down there at the gym with Mr. Ali. At the outdoor gym we saw earlier. Or he'd be a player, like juggling 5 or 6, you know, college-age girls. Got them, you know, fighting over him and whatnot. But they're playing a knockout. They're running up on senior citizens and beating them up. Which is, I only cover, you know, just every once in a while. You guys don't know how many stories I see about this stuff. Stuff happens all the time. Beating up seniors. And it's tons of these guys in all these cities. And they're paying $15. Listen, it's $15 an hour to work at McDonald's, Target, Walmart. Go in your Walmart. Go in your local Walmart and your local Target. And just look at how many son teens are working there. Because what the wokesters going to say, what the sisters going to say, he can't get a job. That's why he running around knocking out elderly people. And sister, I got to tell you this, man. Go to your local Walmart. Go to your local Kohl's, your local Best Buy, your local Lowe's, Home Depot. And just look at how many son teens there are. or young son people there are in their early 20s, you would be shocked. It'll blow your whole he gotta run around knocking out elderly people because, you know, the white man gonna give him no job, man. You would be shocked.
The arrest comes after police say he attacked 70-year-old Nirmal Singh April 3rd near the Sikh Cultural Society in Richmond Hill. Singh told Pix 11 the very next day he believed the unprovoked attack was because he was wearing a turban.
A lot of pain in my head.
While Douglas is now in police custody, the community remains on edge.
Stick and a punch, a lot of punch in the stick.
Sajan Singh Gotra tells Pix 11 he too was attacked at the same intersection, Lefferts Boulevard and 95th Avenue, Tuesday. It was just 2 days after elected officials gathered in the neighborhood calling for an end to all the hate.
Look at that brother. They had him. Look at that. Wanted. Beating up our elderly. It's a lot of some people that say this conjures up images of slave catchers in the old South when they used to put runaway slaves on the posters up, get the slave catchers. Certain people can find a way to be victimized by this. The only problem is there's so many guys like this in your community, some people. Like, this guy's not rare. Tons of dudes like this.
Elected officials gathered in the neighborhood calling for an end to all the hate. Police are investigating this video and the attack as a hate crime too. That's Gotra on the ground moments after being beaten with a stick.
Telling me this one, shoot him, shoot him.
Through a translator, the father of two, who still has a black eye, says he was on his way to work. He didn't think he was going to make it back home to his family.
At that time when he said shoot him,
you think he'd go down to that park in Harlem with them brothers working out with this type of stuff, man? Nah, he coming over there with soft targets. Democratically run city. These people aren't armed. These people are immigrants. So then these are working class. This is the first generation of the immigrants, the ones that came over here to live the American dream. So they're hardworking and they're law abiding. Go to work, come home, church on Sunday. Family, it's all about stuff like that. Third, he knows he's protected. He expects to get out the next day. He doesn't think, oh man, I'll be sitting here till my trial date, man. He knows he's going to get out the next day, and he knows that the prosecutors not going to prosecute this.
At that time when he said shoot him, he was thinking that, okay, this is the end of my life.
Now there are growing calls to have more police patrol and cameras in the area, especially with hate crimes up from last year.
Today it's me, tomorrow it will be somebody else, so he doesn't want that somebody else to be the victim.
And police say there was an arrest in this latest incident as well, but they're still looking for another suspect. Both crimes, both incidents, are still under investigation by the NYPD's Hate Crime Task Force. We are live in Richmond Hill, Queens tonight. Jennifer Bisram, Pix 11 News.